Subscribe to our channel. Click on bell icon. You never miss any update. Okay, let's begin. So here our agenda is how to work with dropdowns. Okay, so I'm repeating it. First of all, how to identify a dropdown. An element which has a tag name called select. That element is considered as a dropdown. Here we have a select for this child, so it's a dropdown. And here this from and to looks like a drop down, but once I spy it, it's not a drop down. It has a tag name called input, right? Because we can enter some data over there. It works like a edit box too. So it's not a general drop down. Okay. Yes. Let's begin.
Okay.
So to work with our traditional drop downs, which has a select as the tag name, to work with this, we have a special class called select. Okay. So we'll see how to handle that. Before to that, in this class called selectexp, I'm trying to open Firefox browser. In that Firefox browser, I'm launching spicejet.com. Once the script is executed, you'll be taken to this page. Correct? So on this page, I want to select this currency. I want to select the currency is USD. By default, this is the position of that currency. I need to select USD after opening the application.
Okay.
That's what my task is. First of all, let us identify this element using our spy. Just let's spy this. Here we go. And it has ID. You can see it. Select.
Yes.
And it has ID. And the first priority will use ID to identify that element. Let's copy this. Driver dot. Find element by. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Some error, just click on OK. No need to worry about that. Driver dot find element by dot ID. And let us give this ID. And what I do is I'm going to take this element into a variable. Okay, this total element, so called that currency element, I'm taking into a variable, and let me name it as currency. You can give any name what you want because it's a currency element. I have given it as a currency. And what type of element it is a web element. Web element. Just let's move my mouse onto it and import the respective package. And here have saved so-called that box, or I have stored so-called that box into an element called currency, right? And here,
why we do that, Kieran?
yes, a good question. So some cases, like whenever we are using a variable, if I write x is equal to 15, right? So what is variable here? X is a variable and it is holding a value called 15. What type of x it is? It is an integer, right? Means this integer x is storing 15. Same like that, this is an element, okay, a part of a application. This I'm trying to store in a variable called currency. Means whenever I call currency in this test, what it will bring? It will bring this. Means rather than writing that much big line, I have stored this into a smaller variable. Okay, so that I can reuse it easily. Okay, it's not mandatory. Directly you can use element too.
That's okay if we use it.
What is that?
Right?
What is that?
We can use it, but that's okay if we don't use it.
Correct.
If we like.
Correct.
Okay. Yes.
Next. So here the important activity. As I said earlier, this Firefox is a class and driver is an object. Using this driver, I'm accessing the methods in the Firefox driver class. Same like that, select is a class. We need to create an object for the class and we need to access the methods in that select class. So let's do that. Select. SC, we can take any variable in place of SC. Anything, whatever you feel comfort you take. Select SC is equal to new. Select. First, let us move mouse onto this select. It will ask you to import the package. Let's import the package. Perfect. And it is asking us to add the argument called web element, means on which element you are trying to work. I want to perform drop down activity on the element called currency. This is the reason why I have taken into a variable. Clear? So what does currency mean? This driver dot
Yes.
find element by this one. Okay. So what I have done
Okay.
here, I have taken that into a variable and I am using that variable here. Okay. If you
Okay.
don't want to take variable, then directly you can write this driver dot find element by this one, the one what I have given in the box. Directly you can
Yes.
write this in place of currency. Simple. Okay. Either way it works. You can directly write this or take into a variable and use that variable. No difference at all. Clear? If you
Okay.
feel confused with the 17th step, no need to worry and just give on which element you are trying to perform this drop down operation. That's it. Clear?
Okay. Clear.
Next. So now once you write sc dot, you are going to get lot of options which are related to the drop down here. So what we need to do, first of all, I need to select some item in the drop down, right? So sc dot, we have three options. We can select an item from the drop down either using index number, value or visible text. Let's go ahead with the index number. If I say index number, it starts with 0. Let's move and let's check this website here. I want to select, what is that? I want to select USD. What is the index number of USD? This select is 0 because that is also part of the application. Drop down, that is also part of drop down. Select is 0. INR is 1. AD is 2 and USD is 3. What is the index number of USD? 3. If I want to select this item, so what is the index number I need to provide? 3. Whenever we
Mm-hmm.
give an index number, don't give that in the quotes. Index number should be given directly. So once I run the test, it will open phase, what is that? Spicejet.com, and it's going to select that currency element, and in that it is going to select USD, US dollar,
Okay.
right? So let
Okay.
me run this test. Let's see how it works. Generally, once it opens the application, by default, just select will be selected, right? But I have
Yes.
written a script such a way that now, after opening the application, it will try to select USD. I'm
Okay.
running the test. Spicejet.com is launching on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it should select USD, and you can check that USD has been successfully selected. Correct? So, our drop
Yes.
down script is working perfect, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Next. So here we have three options to handle this. One, using index number. Other one, let me comment out this index number here. Using,
Before we go to Kiran,
yes,
before we go to other one, I just didn't get the point for the second line. Select.
excellent. Just see the same reason, the reason behind this script and the reason behind this are much similar. What happened is here, I have a select class.
Okay.
Okay, which is already defined select class. So this select class has some methods in it, like select by index number, select by value, deselect. Many methods are there. So what I have done is I have created an object called SC. As I have created an object called driver in this case, I have created an object called SC, right? So as I write
Okay.
driver dot, I am getting some options. Same like that, as I've created SC as an object for this select class, if I write SC dot, I'm going to get the options of the class, right? The same thing. If I write SC dot, I'm getting the options. That's it.
Okay.
Simple. Now let me call this as SC dot once again. SC dot select by value and visible text. Let's go with the visible text. So either you can select using index number, as I said, or you can use value also, or you can use what is that, text. SC dot select by visible text. Visible text, as its the name says, visible text. The text what is displayed in the application, the visible text. If I want to select AED or INR from the list. So what is the visible text? INR. I can just give that INR in the upper cases. It will select that INR, Indian rupee. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's run this.
Okay.
Firefox on the screen once again. Spicejet.com, spicejet.com. You can see that INR has been successfully selected. Clear? Yes.
Clear.
Same like that, we can use value also. Value. SC dot select element by value. But from where you are going to get the value of that element? Right? So just go to that element in the SPY, right? You are going to you are working on currency, right? Just expand this arrow. Yep. Here we have the values for those options. If you want to select AED using value, then we need to use AD. If you want to select INR using value, I need to use INR. See here, in this case, the text what it is displaying on the screen and the value are same. Don't think that in every case it will be same. No, not in all the cases. Clear? In this case it is
Mm-hmm.
same, that we are lucky, but not in all the cases. Let me check this
Okay.
adult. Does it have any value? Yes, even the value also similar to what it is displaying. Yes, but not in all the cases.
Okay.
So if you want to identify the element using a value, so purely you need to take this. If I want to select the element using this value called AED, some cases value will get in a numerical values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even you get in the numerical values, the value should be given in the string. It is a string. So identify element using this value. So either you can use you can use index number, visible text, or value to identify the element. I'm running the test.
Which one is coming first?
Index number.
Mm.
So here AD has been successfully selected. Correct?
Okay.
That is
Correct.
how it works. Now we'll see a few more options and we'll go ahead with the additional topics of dropdown. Okay. Now, my activity is I need to identify how many elements are there in this currency dropdown. Okay, how many dropdowns are there in this currency dropdown?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how many are there? This is one, this is two, this is three, and this is four. Four elements,
Okay.
correct? So I need to find it. I need to write a script such that I need to get how many options are there in the dropdown. Let's see how we can do that. So I'll do this in the new class.
Okay.
New class, and this would be select example 2. Public static void main, and just click on finish. So let me copy this common lines from here. Yep, I'm pasting that here. Perfect. Next, I need to find how many elements are there in that drop down called currency. Correct? First, let us identify that element. The same script once again. So rather than writing it, what I do is I will try to copy it from here.
Mm-hmm.
Select SC is equal to new select. Move mouse onto the select and import the respective package. And the argument would be currency. Perfect. Now the thing comes. SC dot. What I need to do, I need to check how many elements are there. So
Elements.
just we have something called get options. So this will get all the options. After getting all the options, I'm going to get the size of it. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
SC dot get options dot size. Get options. Go and get all the options from that element. Okay, it has taken that. After getting all the options, what I need to do, count the size and give me. That is what I am saying. SC dot get the options, and you can take this into a variable like size dd size, which represents drop down size, and it's an integer because it's going to give us in a numerical value, so we'll call that as an integer. Sys out dd size. I'm running the test. It will give the count of elements in the drop down. Here we have 4 items, right? Yes.
Right.
Now we'll generate an excellent script. What are those 4 items? I want to get them. Yes. So how we can do that? So here we need to use a loop statement, for loop, Java for loop, so that it iterates that many times. Okay, to automate this example, we need to have a knowledge on for loop. If you have prior knowledge on for loop, it's good. Else, just have a look on this. I will give you overloop view of for loop and how it works. Java's for loop. First, I will give you the syntax and will explain you. There are a lot of things to discuss on for loop that we'll see it, but this is just I'm going to explain you to overcome this example. That's it. Okay. Yes. In the Java's concept, in the Java's topic, we'll be discussing a lot of things on this for loop. For this is syntax. This dotted lines represents script. Okay. First thing, your loop starts here, loops end here. Okay, the script which is in between these two braces will be considered that it's in a loop. Okay, loop. As its a name indicates, loop, right? Repeating till it gets to a certain value. Okay, so the script which is in these two braces is considered it is in a loop, right? Yes. Next. So for int, I should start with 0. This is the initial value from where it should start. Start with the I value called 0 and execute it till it reaches some value. Assume that I have given the value called 3. Execute till I value reaches to 3, less than or equal to, as I said. Okay, and for each iteration add 1 to I. I plus plus represents I plus 1. For each iteration add 1 to I. For the first iteration, I value will be 0, right? And your script will be executed once. And it will execute how many times until this condition gets cracked. Means I is less than or equal to 2. Once the I value reaches to above 3, then it will not execute there. Okay, if I is less than or equal to 3, in the sense, if I it is 0, it will execute. If I value is 1, it will execute. If I value is 2, execute. If I value is 3 also, it will execute the script. Means how many times the script will be executed in for 2? It will execute 4 times. Right? How many lines we may have? We may have 100 lines. It will execute all those 100 lines 4 times, one after the other. Right? So this is how the loop works. If I say something, if I want to start it from 2, yes, you can. Initiate it from 2 to. Then 2 will be executed and 3 will be executed. Okay, only 2 times like that. Or you can make this rather than saying less than or equal to, I can say less than 3. Means 0 will be executed, 0 is less than 3. 1 is executed, 2 is executed. It will not execute 3 because 3 is less than 3. No, 3 is not less than 3. 3 is equals to 3. So it will not. 2 is less than 3. Yes. 1 is less than 3. Yes. 0 is less than 3. But 3 is not less than 3. So it will not execute this. It will execute only 3. Okay. Depending on the condition what you are going to give. You can give less than or less than equals to depending on the requirement. Okay. Yeah. We'll see a lot of examples on this. No need to worry about that. But here I am going to use this, the same loop, to run this script to a specific number of times. I don't know how many times the script should execute. Technically, I'm not going to give solid value. In place of that, I will give variable. It should execute this many times. DD size. If it is 3, it should execute 3 times. If it is 4, it should execute 4 times. If it is 10, it should execute 10 times. Depending on the value of size, or depending on the value of DD size, it should execute the script. Okay, so just see. For int here, I should start with 0 and execute it till I value reaches to DD size. Okay, and for each iteration add I to 1. Simple. The script which is in between will execute this many times. If it is 4, DD size is 4, then it will execute 0, 1, 2, 3. In the sense, again 4 times. Right? Now I need to get the
Right.
text of each element. Here comes the story. Sc dot get options. You just go and get the options. After getting the options, okay, get each item using index number. So I can give I as an index number, because see, technically, what is the I value for the first iteration? 0.
Yeah.
For the second iteration, I value is 1. Means I value changes. Whenever this loop is executed, get I. In the sense, for the first iteration, it will get the 0th element. Right? It will get the first element, second element, and something like that. Okay? Yes. How it works, just it's an explanatory what I am trying to give you. Assume that this is a memory. Okay, don't go too much technicalities into it.
Mm-hmm.
This has an index number 0, 1, 2, and 3. Each box has an index number 1, 2, 3. Okay, and this is a variable called dd size. Let's assume that. Okay, so I am calling I. What is the I? I have some values here. So this how it stores dd size. I am trying to explain you. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 0 we have some select. In the 1 we have in INR. In 2 we have AUD, and in 3 we have USD. Like these values has been captured using get options. Okay, right? And get size will bring the size and it will give you, but in the get option
Okay.
it has stored like this. Assume that what I need to bring first, I need to bring 0, right? So these are all the index number. Assume that. So what I have done, get options, again get all the options and get it using the index number. Get I, index number is 0. First go ahead and bring this, right? So for the next iteration, index value change into 1. Go and get this whatever the value. Next 3, next 4, so upon like that. Clear? That is what I am
Okay.
trying to do. So get the option, get I. After getting that element, what we need to do? So get the text of it. Get text. Get ith element and get the text. And I can take this into a variable. Item name. And see here, I can write along with the index number 2 if you want give a good explanation in the console. I can write like something like this. Says out I. What does I means? Here I is nothing but the index number, right? I assume that for the first iteration I value 0. 0 index item equals to item name. For the second iteration, in place of I, 1 will be given. So 1 index item equal to the item name, whatever it get, it will write that. So I'm going to get all the elements in that so-called drop down, including its index number. That is how I have written the script. So let me run this now. You can see it completely. There are 4 elements. 0 index item is select, 1 index item is INR, 2 index item is equal to AD, and third index item is equal to USD. Right? It has taken all the items along with that index numbers. That is how I have planned it, and successfully we got that script on the screen. Correct?
Okay.
Next.